Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, Louis DeJoy is back in the news. I know, right? It's been such a long time since we read on the U.S. Postmaster, whose name none of us should ever know. I never want to know the name of another U.S. Postmaster again, because the only reason why I know this guy's name is the corrupt, shady stuff, and that's not the word I wanted to use, that he's been up to for the past several years. He was in front of Congress, and a Republican congressman, let me see, get the name here. Quick pause for Rich McCormick, was criticizing DeJoy. I believe he is from Georgia, and he was complaining how he had like a certified letter that went missing for like 6 weeks or 6 months or something like that. A long time, and other problems he was having with the post office. And basically, maybe earlier in the conversation, Louis DeJoy gave himself an A grade for his handling of the post office. And this representative was basically saying, yeah, no, you don't get an A, maybe a C. The American people will judge you on for that. He actually said it was 4 months for certified documents to reach him, tax documents. And DeJoy just starts talking over him, saying, no, you're the problem, because he's saying there's a problem with the post office and you're it. And DeJoy's arguing back that he's not the problem, that it's Congress that's the problem. The representative was saying, you're driving into the ground. He goes, nah, Congress drove it into the ground. And when the representative was saying, you can't grade yourself. I went to med school. I got an MBA. You don't get to grade yourself. Your people grade you. And he's like, I don't want to hear it. And DeJoy literally covers his ears like a freaking child. And the Republican congressman's looking around and goes, I hope you got that on camera. You got that on camera? It's like, I cannot believe he just did that. It's like, let everybody understand that when he hears things he doesn't want to hear, he covers his ears so he doesn't have to hear them. They can't get rid of this guy fast enough. So, Trump was the greatest thing ever, right? Slowed down the votes during COVID. Asked him to. Trump's in there, so I think DeJoy's kind of feeling his oats, if you know what I mean. Because, he knows he's going to be protected for another 4 years, and expect the privatization push for the post office to begin shortly after Trump gets in office. But let's take a look. Let's look at the energy around Louis DeJoy. Hear no evil, but you can speak evil and see all the evil you want. Entertainment purposes only. What's going on? Two of Wands. He's making plans after Biden leaves. Biden had plans for him to replace him. Biden didn't do it. Now, and Temperance Incorporation. Mind you, Joe Biden cannot fire Louis DeJoy. That is not how the thing is set up. You appoint board of governors. Val Demings, I believe, was the latest person on there, and they were going to put DeJoy through the screws. DeJoy is still there, and I do not understand why. Maybe that might be one of the things that Biden says we need to take care of before I leave office. Maybe Biden can use his power as king to lop off Louis' ears so that he doesn't have to hear anything again that he doesn't want to hear. I'm sorry, that's for entertainment purposes only. We are not advocating lopping off people's ears. Underneath it all is temperance and patience. We've put up with a lot with this guy. Biden has put up a lot with this guy. How long are we going to put up with his shenanigans here? In the past 5 of Cups, DeJoy was supposed to go in there and, like a businessman, make the post office a well-oiled machine, and all he did was, just gum up the works. He hasn't done probably anything that he said he was going to do, but he gives himself an A grade, even though he doesn't deserve an A grade. Why? Because he can. If you think about it, he's just like Trump. Remember, Trump always graded himself on his performance. How he handled the negotiations for the pullout from Afghanistan, or the Paris Peace Accord, or Helsinki. Always gave himself an A. Because he's a narcissist. You can't give yourself a grade lower than an A. You can't give yourself an A- when you're a narcissist. speaking of narcissists, this is the card of narcissism. Through and through. Five of Swords. DeJoy and Trump are the same person. You know, the guy is just narcissistic beyond all get out. And I think he's feeling his narcissistic oats because Biden is on the way out and he's still there. Overarching energy is the Nine of Coins. He's a wealthy man. And again, I just think that he's there to help move along the privatization of the Postal Service. Mind you, it was pointed out to me the other day that all of Trump's cabinet picks, and I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I assume it's mostly accurate. There might be exceptions, but it's mostly accurate. All of Trump's cabinet picks are billionaires. I don't think Matt Gaetz is a billionaire, but the folks that he wants in his cabinet, or the ones that he's appointing, they're all billionaires. It's basically, billionaire equals oligarchy. The Russian oligarchies are all billionaires. And that's kind of what Trump is setting up. Trump gets into government. He is going to set up what they have in Russia. President for life with his oligarchs supporting him. And then Trump will do what he does best, which is to turn oligarchs against each other in competition, just like he did with his kids. And it was funny. I was watching a TikTok video talking about narcissists. And one of the things they do is they always have people in competition with each other. They divide, and divide. And DeJoy is just like Trump. Wealthy person in there. The lesson to be learned is the Hermit card. The way will we know what he is. We know what he's doing. What will Biden do? Biden's got a month. Or at least the governors have a month while Biden is in there. Outcome, Page of Swords, messaging about travels. There might be something where DeJoy is sent packing soon. Maybe he's saying, I'm not going anywhere. But there's a integration, a detoxification of this. Again, the governors, though. I don't know the current makeup of the governors in the Postal Service governor makeup. I do know that they appoint governors every year, and that the Senate, before Trump got in, Mitch McConnell wasn't appointing any governors for a couple of years there, which allowed Trump to basically appoint several of them in a row, and the Democrats have been slowly undoing that, one per year. I don't know if they have the majority, or if they do, if one or two of the governors that would normally you would think would help remove him are in cahoots with the Republicans or aren't interested in removing DeJoy because they've been bought out or something like that. Again, entertainment purposes only. But there's a detoxification going on underneath. And it's interesting watching this guy mouth off to a Republican representative. It's okay to mouth off to the Democrats. You shouldn't be mouthing off to the Republicans. Again, Donald Trump gets to nominate folks to the governor's board, so it may not matter. And I suspect DeJoy, let me read on DeJoy and Trump's relationship. Is DeJoy mouthing off because he knows he's got Trump coming in there and he's protected? Hanged Man. Well, you better be careful, because Trump is the kind of guy to throw you under the bus. If somebody gets in Trump's ear and says this guy isn't doing the job, get rid of him. You can appoint you can appoint somebody else to it. Put your son Eric in charge of the post office. Trump would do that. DeJoy is playing with fire if he thinks he has any loyalty with Trump. But let's see. We got the Ten of Cups. I think he's been a good servant to Donald Trump. But there's a Page of Swords, Two of Swords, King of Wands. DeJoy should be investigated by the Attorney General here. How is his relationship with Trump? I would not be surprised if Trump actually gets rid of him and appoints a young person. Again, I think he's got the idea that Lara Trump is going to be the senator in Georgia. But there's a decision being made. The Republicans, man, they don't like him mouthing off like that. That's a betrayal to them. That's a betrayal to the Republicans, and he can be replaced by somebody else who will do their bidding. You know, there's that. DeJoy might be thinking he might be too comfortable in his position. He was a big campaign donor to Trump, which is why he got into that position in the first place. And he has a shipping company, so you can imagine the complete and utter conflict of interest, which is just sort of canon for the Trump administration. But Trump can appoint somebody else there who owes him a favor. He may not need DeJoy anymore, as far as that goes, because he doesn't have to fix any more elections. But no, I have to keep your mind on the prize that the privatizing the post office would be something you would give to an oligarch, and maybe Louis DeJoy is not the oligarch that Trump wants in charge of that. He could probably sell it for a much higher cost here. So, what is Trump's plans with the post office? Is he keep DeJoy in there? Is he planning on selling it? What's he going to do? What's Trump plan with the post office? King of Pentacles. Here we go. Oligarchy time. Want the money. Five of Cups. Disappointment. The Devil card. Oh, good Lord. Oh, corrupt intent with this. Absolute corrupt intent. There's that Two of Wands again. Yeah, the Hierophant. Okay, so it's Trump and the government, big government things and corruption with that. You've got disappointment in planning. You can imagine Donald Trump would want continued penance being paid to him for heading up this large organization. And if you haven't been, stellar with your praise and your penance, then he'll give it to somebody else. I think Trump's going to pull it from him. I actually do think Trump's going to pull it from him and then just basically trade it off or sell it off. It's going to be a quid pro quo regardless, whether it's actual money changing hands or I give you this thing and then you give me your undying loyalty for the rest of your life and your entire family's lives type of thing. Yeah, because he's transactional. I don't know if I want to throw more on this. It's kind of an annoying topic. If I were Louis DeJoy, I wouldn't get too comfortable in that seat because knowing Donald Trump, he's gonna want a fresh face in there. In other words, he's gonna want a higher bidder. Now, Louis DeJoy can stay in there, but he's gonna have to pony up a lot more cash or a lot more loyalty if he's going to maintain that position. And he might be yesterday's news, as the case may be with that hangman card. We'll see what happens. Thank you very much for watching this video, supporting my channel. I appreciate it. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, but hopefully it provides some insight into the situation going on, and we'll see what happens. Thank you very much. Bye.